Hello, beloved ones. I'm here, and it's a Wednesday, a day where we can choose to come together and have a conversation about life. And today I chose Major Life Shift. Use your pain. Do not waste your pain. And you might be wondering, what is she talking about? And that is for us to explore. If you wish to join, I've put a link where you can join. Below I've put a link below. You can join me and we can explore this topic, Major Life Shift. Before we can go there, I would like you to be with us and feel into your womb space. Just start shifting your hips, start shifting your waist, and let that energy, whatever that you're feeling, just settle in, just to affirm that you are here. And just be present and thank yourself for taking time to be present with us. And let's take space to just imagine we are just in one place, holding space for each other, holding each other's hands, being grateful that there is a space where we can meet and connect heart to heart and have a conversation where you know you deserve to be seen and heard. So if you feel to jump on the call, please just click the link and you'll be here with me and we'll have this conversation. And you don't know what will come up for you. Just take a breath and breathe into this moment. How often do you take time to just be with other ladies where you can talk deeply, not just a surface conversation? Because this in-depth conversation are what is missing in the society. That's what we really crave, even though we might not say it loud. And the interesting topic is major life shift, where I say do not waste your pain. I don't know what is coming through when you just tap into that. Because we go through so many things. And when we're having conversation, this is opportunity to come forth and just talk about your own experience. At times it can be divorce, at times it can be a car accident where not only do you lose the car, but somehow your health is affected. At times we lose the beloved ones, at times we lose our careers, at times we're going through emotional abuse. We go through these different things where in every situation, whether we admit it or not, it's like we are losing a part of ourselves. I want you to sit with that. And you can make a reflection in your life and say, did I really accept this when I was going through my issues? Because grief is one of those pains that is like it really resides within us. And it's also one of the emotions that we kind of like walk in life with. Because every time we are evolving, every time we are shifting, we kind of like losing an aspect of us. Like when we talk about inner children, it's an aspect of us that we cannot show and say, this is my inner child in physical form. It doesn't have that physical presence. But within us, there is those memories, those experiences that our inner children went through. There is those experiences that our teenage aspects went through. And it's the same as we go through life, whether it's relationships and we break up and all that, whether it's divorce, we break up, because I felt that. And I didn't just feel it, but the beautiful thing is that when I was going through my divorce, that's when I was like, wow, I made space for the part of me that was grieving something that I really truly cherished, and I wished it never ended. But unfortunately, life has its own way of doing things. But before that, I went through so many things. I went through so many things. Not only relationships that never worked, but I know the huge part of me that I could not express because it was not something it was not okay for me to express that. So that part of my child, inner child, it was kind of like something that died even though I was alive because I never embraced it. It was something that I was, but it was something that I was shameful of. I want you to feel as I'm speaking to you. And there are sometimes the things that we see, hear, and know going on within our families that we don't question. And we make a vow secretly. In my life, I will never. What is it that you vowed to never do? Because one thing that I find quite interesting is that as much as we go through that, as much as we swear to say this, I'll never do this to someone, or I'll never allow myself to allow this, we one or the other we find ourselves manifesting these things that we want to run away from, or things that we never want to manifest. I know one of the things, it's really having children with different men. I was like, I'm just gonna have children with one man. I don't care whether we get married, but I'm gonna have children who share the same mother and father. That was my vow. And it was coming from things that I saw and pain that I know I didn't want to experience. And I've got two children from one man and one child from a different man. And I just look at it, I'm just like, life is just amazing the way it happens. And I know before I even had children, one of the things I vowed was not to have children because I felt it was just a lot of work, it was a lot of responsibility. And not only that, I saw people sacrificing themselves and saying, I'm doing it for my children. And it was one of the things that I said, I am not going to do. And I found that when I stepped up and became a parent, there was that part of me that was afraid. And I felt like I cannot live my life without my children. I'll do everything for them. But after so many times of losing so many things, which is losing my corporate job, my younger brother having an accident, my mom passing on, my I having an accident with my car, where I literally had nothing. I didn't even have a boyfriend. And I remember at that moment, one thing that I was longing for was just to hear someone asking me, how do you feel? Do you really know the strength, the power in knowing that someone cares about how you feel? And this is one of the reasons why I find the importance of us women sitting together and talking about this in depth conversation. Not just on the surface, this is how I look, so everything seems to be okay. I want you to feel into that. Just take a breath wherever that you're at and feel into that. Where do you feel that? What is your truth? What is coming through for you? Because as much as I'm sharing this and taking you through my journey of major life shifts, definitely there is your own journey that is showing up for you. Feel your body showing you what you have stored within you. Give yourself pleasure, permission to allow those aspects of yourself that were never heard, that were never seen, that were never validated, to be present. Do you feel that? I can see there's someone here, and I feel that heaviness in my chest. It goes into my solar plexus. And I want you to take a breath into all of that and know that you're an adult. You can give this part of you the love that they need. Because that's a part of you that is crying and saying, I was never acknowledged. Some people turned their back on me and said I was too much. Some people said I should just keep shush because I'm a child. What do I know? There are some things that you saw and you could not even question. But everybody seems to understand or to pretend that does not exist. But for you, it was like, wait a minute. And up to now, you still like stuck in that wait a minute, where there is a part of your brain that doesn't grasp it. You don't get it. And this part of you still needs an understanding. And now the question is, are you willing to come forth and face this part of you that is still hurting, that feels abandoned, that feels rejected, or you just going to reject this part as well, just like everybody did? There is power in honoring our emotions. As I said, when you embrace the major life shifts that you're going through, you will transform your life because there is a lesson in whatever that you're going through. And I know through all of that, for me, it was like, I'm a strong person. Life has to go on. I have to, no one cares about how I feel. So there was that part of loneliness where I felt like my family just understood that, oh, she'll get over it. She's that strong person. But I didn't want to be seen as a strong person. But after going through the separation with my children, and I remember when I received a call, and the first thing that my ex-boyfriend said was, please understand and just have a sit and listen to me. I'm sorry, but I don't know what's gonna happen. But our little girl might never walk again. I couldn't breathe. I could not breathe. But I know what came through for me was, I don't want to be strong. At that moment, I was done with strength. I don't want to be strong. That was my prayer. And that was the moment when I allowed myself to feel. That was the moment when I opened that path, that floor to connect with my aspects that I denied for a long time. So this strength of abandoning and rejecting parts of you, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. Wholeness, strength is choosing to embrace all parts of you that were rejected. Even some of the desires you have, the gifts that you desire, they are in that darkness. But the question is, are you willing to go into that? To go wherever you've stashed them and express and suppress them, are you willing to go there and open the door? Or you're gonna play the game of everything is just fine, I'm so thankful? And this is the thing, as I did a video previously about grief and gratitude, where we kind of, I'm just grateful that this thing is happening. Oh, I love gratitude, and I lived in that until I realized that I'm lying to myself. It is a way that I'm using to run away from what is in front of me. And there's a difference from gratitude, grace, and at least. Note when you're saying at least, I have a job, but yet every day you wake up hating yourself to go do something that is not expansive. Every day you are in a relationship that you just wish you could end it, but you don't know how. At times we are challenged health-wise. I still remember this other guy who said his client came and he had a stroke, And as he was going through the healing process, because he was one of the leaders, he had a high end position. And his focus was like, if things can get better and I get that high job and continue with my life as a leader and all that. And he said he looked at this man and said to him, I know what your life and your job, your career, your position means to you. But please do not waste the stroke. What is it that your heart wants you to listen to? Why did this happen? Can you listen deep in the message and listen to what this stroke is telling you? So at times we go through different major life shifts and they're not happening just for fun. It's the only way, because I still remember the message that came to me after so many things, and after my younger brother had an accident, a lot of things. And one night I was woken up and I was told how it's time. I was like, time for what? Because it is time. It is time. And as I was asking, time for what? I was already out of my body. And I was shown, because I could feel, this is my genius. I could feel what the world is going through. This is why I say that I can tune into your energetic fields. And I felt the pain in the world. And as I could not really stand all that pain, I was taken back into my body and I was asked the question, is that what you want? How? Is that what you want? And as I say that, I was taken out of my body again and I was shown the time when I was born. And my cry was, I don't want to be born. I was so scared of the pain that is here on Mother Earth. And I was also shown the higher picture, the bigger picture of why I am here. And I realized I have signed up for this. And I was shown my younger brother's accident and I was told this was a gift for your family. And I know when that accident happened, that's when I raised my hand. And I said, God, whatever you want me to do, I am here. It scared the hell out of me. And my question all along, with all this synchronicities of fate, a lot of things just happening, my question was, wasn't there a better way that I could be led to my purpose than going through so much pain? And the answer was like, you. What was it? What is it that was gonna take for you to really listen? And it's not only for me, it is for us, humanity. We listen to pain. That's the language that we understand. But when you don't waste your pain, God will reward you. Whatever that you're going through, as much as it's confusing, as much as it's too painful, it's too difficult, you don't know what to do. The last thing that I'm just asking you, you can choose to, but if you really willing to use that, do not abandon you. Because there is something that your soul is asking of you. Are you willing to pay attention? Which takes me to the message that really left me on my knees when I was writing. I just felt the nudge to say there is something that I'm here to share. And this is also one of the superpowers of being able to listen in every moment and take, when you have a nudge, you take that inspired action. I felt the need to write, and I did. And the message was just, who are you? Without all those things that you feel you have lost, your corporate job, your car, your house, your mom, your list of things. And at the end, it touched the most soft spot in my life. And it was, who are you without your children? Oh God, how dare you ask me that? Tears started flowing. I didn't know. I didn't know who I was. but I had to find out. And I'm at a space where I feel if I have to go through this journey again to find myself, I will gladly walk this path again. And I am talking about this because I know grief is one of the things that is holding us back. We just want to hold into the grace and we want to ignore the other part of us that is like there is something that you have to bring along. There is a lot of things, there's many aspects of yours that you have lost. Are you willing to bring all of that and integrate that so that you can find that wholeness and holiness? Because the holiness is in that wholeness. So when you listen to this, just take a breath. What is coming through for you? Are you willing to release that grief? Are you willing to ignite that part of yours that really has your your soul message? Because it's about finding yourself. And being a queen, it's like really knowing that you deserve to be taken care of, and you also deserve you can take a stand for other people and say, I am not just going to sit here and watch you suffer. I'll hold space for you so that you can choose yourself again and again and become who you are meant to become. And it's all what we can choose in any moment. I don't know, my camera is doing whatever it's doing. Oh my God. My camera is doing whatever it's doing. My buttons are open. So I guess it's one of those moments. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you. Let me know what is coming through for you. And with that, I'll just call forth divine light consciousness to just come through and clear all that has been brought into the surface for you. All that is ready to leave, because some of these things at times they shake things up. So I'll just call this light. You imagine, see, hear, feel, know this beautiful light just coming through on top of your head and washing all the thoughts that all this conversation has raised, just going through your body, cleansing every single cell, all the emotions that came through that are ready to be released. Breathe into all of that and just release all of that and thank them for the protection, because at times it's the protection, at times they have messages for us. Thank them for being there. And what are you committing to yourself from now onwards? So do not waste your pain, because God will reward you if you use it. I love you, and I'll leave you with that. Please know that you are loved at all times, and take a step to change, to embrace, to work with whatever that is showing up for you. Much love, beloved ones. See you next Wednesday.